Alright, what's going on, guys? Coming at you with a new video for y'all. It's going to be 10 tips that I wish I knew whenever I was starting out in the park. This pretty much applies to any 2K, whether you're playing 17 or 18 right now. First one is going to be about spacing. If y'all are going to play park, you got to learn how to space the floor. We can't have 3 people trying to crash the paint at the same time. So you can do this one of 2 ways. You can either run a 3 out or a 2 out, 1 in. 3 out, you're probably going to want 3 shooters or 2 shooters in an inside build. So for the 3 shooters, I'd pick a sharp, a playmaking sharp, and a stretch big. For the 2 shooters and then 1 inside, I'd pick a sharp, a playmaking sharp, and then some type of slashing rebounder or a post scoring rebounder. Something that can rebound. It don't matter which one you pick. And then for the 2 out, 1 in, I'd stick with the sharp and the playmaking sharp, and and same thing, rock a pure glass or a slashing rebounder, just so that way if you're a slashing rebounder, which I prefer the lineups of the slashing rebounder just because I play with them, but I think that if you have someone who can finish inside after getting the rebound, that's pretty helpful. Second thing I'm going to touch on is making smart cuts to the hoop. So off the inbound, if you get fouled or right off the bat, you're going to be able to inbound the ball, like sort of. You check up, and then you can either cut towards the hoop or cut towards the 3-point line. Basically, you want to switch this up every time. You don't want to make it consistent, like in cut or out cut. A lot of times people will just do straight in cuts because that's what they think they should do. But I think that if you're a shooter, you should make in cuts because people are automatically going to assume that you're going to cut to the 3 once they see that you have sharp shooting or shot creating in your archetype. If you're an inside build, you should cut to the 3-point line, and then whenever they try to catch up to you, if you get the ball, just drive right past them and finish at the hoop. At least that's what I do, and switch it up every once in a while. If you want to just go straight to the hoop and finish, that's up to you. The third thing that I'm going to touch on is setting screens. You don't have to be a big man to set screens in this game. In my opinion, guards set the best screens in this game for whatever reason. I've got brick wall on gold, and I never seem to get really good animations on it. So once you're setting screens, don't be afraid to mix in a little pick and roll action. It works pretty well in the park because people just try to crash right up in the shooter's face so he doesn't get that 3. So if you get 2 guys on you while you're doing the pick, just roll towards the hoop and the ball handler should find you. Fourth thing you're going to want to do is if you're playing with a team, you might want to hop on the mic with them, see what we can do, like in terms of communication, because that'll help you a lot. That'll help you get on streaks, get you on the same page as the rest of your team. If the ball handler wants a screen, he can tell you to set a screen for him, stuff like that. Or if you just play with friends, you usually do that stuff anyways. Fifth thing, don't be afraid to make the extra pass. You're not always going to get the assist right off of the pass, but if you make that extra pass, it could possibly leave someone open because they find that the defenders are moving around too much, trying to double team one guy, and then you find the open guy. So that's just a thought. You're not going to drop 21 points every time if you just shoot first. A lot of people can do that just because it's easy to do in the park because people don't know how to play defense. But if you don't have any of your badges, you're 60 overall, you probably don't want to sit there and just try to shoot the whole game. Nothing's going to fall for you. Sixth thing, you got to move around on offense. You can't just sit there in the corner and expect to get the ball. If you're not moving around and the ball handler comes towards you, that automatically puts your guy on him. So if you move around, like say you're standing in the corner and the ball handler comes towards your corner, you want to cut across the court to the other corner, and the guy that's in the corner you're going to should fill into the middle of the court, the top of the key. At least that's the way it should be done if you're running a 3 out. Seventh thing, don't move around too much on defense. On defense, you want to kind of stay in one area. Like if the if you're guarding the ball handler and they're doing a whole bunch of dribble moves, they want you to move around a lot. So it's gonna be kind of a battle, like trying to figure that out at first. But like generally, I don't move around a whole bunch on defense just because it puts me out of position. If you go too far to the left, go too far to the right, just try to stay in front of your man. Basically, don't try to do too much. Eighth thing, play good rotation. Say your teammate gets beat off the dribble, and that guy's left open for a three, and your guy's standing in the paint. You better be like booking your ass straight to the 3-point line, because if you leave that guy open on the three and he's a sharpshooter, that's an automatic bucket. If you go to contest it, at least there's a chance that he won't make it, or he'll just kick it in for a two. Which leads me into my next thing. You wanna give up a two before you give up a three. Always sell out if you're going to contest a three and there's a guy in the paint. It don't matter. You can get that bucket back. Last thing, always use the right stick contesting jump shooters and players who are posting you up. If you, I feel like if you press Y on a jump shooter, it has little to no effect. But if you're standing right up on a sharpshooter, you're holding the right stick up, it's barely ever gonna go in. If you're posting up, or if a guy's posting you up and you press Y, he's gonna hit you with a pump fake, and he's just gonna finish right under you as you fly right past him. That's about it. Like a whole thing with the pressing Y. People love to press Y for whatever reason, whether it's to get rebounds or to block somebody. You don't always got to go for the block. You can just easily just contest it and get the rebound right off of that. Because usually if they're posting you up, they're kind of already stuck in an animation, not going to get the rebound anyway. So just don't even worry about it. I think that's about it, guys. If y'all got any questions, leave them in the comments. If you want me to go into more detail about one topic, leave that in the comments as well. I guess that's it. Peace.